to you by way of a couple of gentlemen who, on different dates and time, challenged or questioned me with regards to astral projection. One of the gentlemen is someone who has been watching me and viewing me and getting advice from me ever since they were a teenager for years. All of a sudden, this is someone who has found religion and is now feeling that they have to question the validity of the information that I share and speak. The other is a pro-black, stuck in the matrix, stuck in materialism type of mentality. Now, mind you, both of these individuals still come in and watch my videos, although they are questioning the validity of what I speak. The one who identifies as pro-black basically responded to one of my posts in a enlightened group forum on Facebook stating that astral projection is bullshit and that if it is real, I should, quote, project my ass over to his house and tell him what he has on, and he will become a champion for my cause. Now, I don't usually respond to people who are clear idiots and fools, but I made an exception on this day because I knew that there would be other people coming in and engaging in the feed. It is those people who I know who will resonate with the information that I wanted to leave a message to that person to explain that that is not how this process goes. Number one. Number two, I am not here to prove anything to anybody. You either resonate or investigate or keep swimming in your doubt and move on about. It's just that simple. Anyway, when I started making my videos, I was speaking directly to those who are already having the experience first and foremost. My aim was to bring awareness to the human potential that is there, but most importantly, it was about making those who are having these experiences aware that they are not alone. I am not a salesman. I'm not here trying to sell something to people to make money. Now, if I were doing that, yes, you have every right to demand that I prove the validity of what I speak. But if I am someone who is using my life, my light, my life story, my book of life to share with you a potential and capability that you have within yourself, and you're too ignorant, willfully lazy, and irresponsible and undisciplined to put in the work to investigate for yourself, then you don't deserve the information. It's not for you. You're not ready. I'm tired of walking on eggshells trying to filter what I say to not hurt people's feelings. My intentions is never to hurt people's feelings, but I know that when you speak truth that challenges social norms, cultural norms, religious norms, societal norms, tribal norms, programs, and belief systems, and you speak from the heart, honestly, unfiltered, people's feelings will get hurt because it's not what they want to hear. It does not fall in alignment with what makes them comfortable or what they think is or should be the most important thing for them or humanity as a whole. I speak of these multidimensional things because I know that in the bigger picture, it is something that we all should know. I already experienced all this 3D stuff. I've been through that. I know what that is about. 99.9% of the people that I come across on this plane already know about all of that. But when we talk about going beyond the veil, the things that we are veiled from or don't have the conscious memory of, I clearly understand the importance of integrating that on a 3D level, because it would not only make us aware that there's really no such thing as death, or remind us that there's no such thing as death, but it opens our mind to a whole nother dimension And we begin to see things beyond the veil, not just in terms of spirituality and the etheric realm, but we begin to see beyond the veil of all aspects of life. If you're too lazy, undisciplined to do the research, to change your lifestyle, change your mentality, your mindset, to earn it, you don't deserve it. And that's just the bottom line. Now, the irony is that some of these same people who are questioning me, which believe me, I have no problem with it, but there's a way you do everything. But the ones who are questioning me are not questioning the very structure to which, or very premise to which they are questioning me from, meaning everything that you have been taught in terms of what should be valid and not valid should be questioned just as vigorously, in fact, even more so, because I am not a benefactor of a multi-billion or trillion-dollar industry corporation that exploits and thrives off of ignorance and controls people's school of thought for profit. I don't have a high position at the top of the pyramid as a controller or colonizer. I don't have anything to gain. I'm not making no money. I just recently started monetizing my video because I wanted to generate some money to sustain my website, but I still haven't even gotten money from that yet. So what do you suppose I would spend 10 years, nearly 10 years of my life speaking of these things for my health, for nothing? You're talking about a massive chunk of my life and the sacrifice that comes along with doing something like this. You guys have no idea. So I don't have a problem with anyone questioning me, but you should do so in a very respectful way and do due diligence and realize that people such as myself, we sacrifice and give up a lot to do nothing more than to use our life, our voice, our talents, and our gifts to help brothers and sisters who resonate with the information or those who are just coming into it. And if it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. Move on. No need to be disrespectful and showing just how ignorant you are. Then one of these brothers had the nerve to challenge me to a debate. I've already told you guys in the videos before my whole position on debates. Don't get me wrong, I used to get into debates with people a long time ago, but that's where I learned it's a waste of time, it's a waste of energy, it's just a bunch of egos trying to prove their perspective right. Again, when you have to go out of your way to try to prove you're right, you're really showing signs of insecurity and showing signs that you have a very inflated and fragile ego. I am beyond that, and don't get me wrong, I am damn good at debating if I want to. Trust me when I tell you, I'm very good at it. I've already had the receipts to show it because almost every time I've gotten into a debate, it would always get to a point where the people I'm debating gets angry and want to become hostile and combative. And I'm not a confrontational person because I don't like get into fights because I'm more afraid of what I would do to the other party than what they would do to me. So I just avoid confrontations altogether. I would rather spend my time creating and producing and making a difference in the world than wasting time debating. We're at a time now we don't have time to be wasting. Some major part of our lives should be geared towards becoming more self-realized and helping to make the world easier and better for future generations. It's the most selfless thing that anyone can do. So when I decide to come forth from a place of genuineness, selflessness, it was primarily to make those who are already having astral projection experiences aware that they are not alone, to own it and to speak out on it, because I know that the diversity of people coming forth and taking the taboo-ness out of or off of the subject matter will inspire and help many others to come forth. And because of that, look at where we are in the world now. Astral projection, the whole subject matter is now mainstream. Even churches are talking about it because there are those who are in the church and organized religions who can show that the scriptures and these a lot of these organized religious texts support astral projection. They may not call it astral projection per se, but in terms of the mechanics and the experience and what is learned and what is gained by way of the experience, it's all the same. Somehow people think that, quote unquote, God stopped using and speaking through humanity in a very supernatural way. Somehow that just stopped thousands of years ago, and now anyone who comes forth to talk about and share some of the same kind of revelations, same kind of experiences that these organized religious texts has shown time and or documented time and time again, somehow we are either demonic or we're speaking bullshit or we're fabricating this nonsense that these people come up with to try to discredit. But you're not doing that with the very same religions that you're embracing. That's what needs to be challenged and called out if you want to be frank about it. I don't have anything to gain by way of, as a matter of fact, I've lost far more in terms of what we can measure materially. There are not many people who would be willing to put themselves and invest this much time, energy, and work into something and not get a material return or a tangible return on it. Name them. Many have already been tested and have failed at it. I have seen it. Because when people are not getting a return on their time and energy and sacrifice right away, they give up, throw their hands up. Technically, if I were not really doing this from a higher level, I would have stopped doing this a long time ago because there's no great return on it. I've been dealing with more resistance and loss than anything. But the people don't stop and think about that because they're too busy trying to make their egoic perspective right. But showing all along, they're just too mentally, spiritually, and psychologically lazy and undisciplined to do what it takes to realize what I share and bring forth is easily validated by yourself by way of first person. Because no matter how much I try to prove or show these things by way of a third party, what in the world could a person not say to still find a way to not believe or think it's some trick or if I show a picture or a video, oh, it's Photoshop, it's CGI. If I astral project to someone's house and prove it to them and they say that I did it, oh, they're just making it up, I don't believe it. People will always find a way to not accept anything that challenges their paradigm and their perspective when they're not ready to let go of where they are. This is why putting in that work, investigating, earning your rightful stripes and getting it first person will always be the best validation and the best teacher.